Hello, and welcome back to another one of our nice, relaxed stretching sessions. Now, I know that it hasn't been too long since I did one of these, but as you all seem to enjoy them, I wanted to do another one with you. I have listened to everything you've all been saying, and today we're stepping it up. We're stepping it up, but in a nice, relaxed way. I've also changed my setup just a tiny bit. So we've got some nice binaural vibes. And we will be standing. I will try and change the angles. It's all going to be going on. Okay, so before we get started, we're just going to make sure that we're in some nice comfy clothes. Now, this could be a nice workout top or a t-shirt or some trackies or our pyjamas, because let's face it, loungewear and pyjamas are just the best thing in the world. The best thing. I am in some leggings, just some gym leggings, and I have a new sports top on, which is nice and bright pink. I'm just feeling the nice bright vibes at the moment, and my lovely nice bright Fitbit watch, which I have to say, not sponsored, but I do really love. So thank you again to Envy for this. I love it. Anyway, okay. So before we begin, as always, we are going to stay with a nice classic, and we're just going to do a little check-in with our breathing. So we're just going to stay nice and centered. I'm actually kneeling down. I'm not that short, but I'm kneeling, so you can see. But we're just going to take a nice deep breath in, and as we do, we're just going to bring our arms around to a nice big circle and back. And we can do it the reverse way. However you want to do it. I just like having the nice movement of the arms. I feel like a flappy bird, and it's true glory. So do a nice deep breath in. Lovely. And one more time, nice deep breath in. Lovely. Really nice. I think it's nice just to engage your breathing, and I think whether you're doing this in the morning, midday, or in the evening, it's really, really lovely to just check in with yourself and your breathing, and just bring yourself back. It's always good whenever things get a bit overwhelming. Take a nice deep breath. Works wonders most of the time. Okay, so today we are just going to start with some nice sort of basic stretches. I will move back a little bit for you here. And all we're going to do is, you can do this knelt like I am, or you can do it stood up or sitting down. It's completely up to you. So if you're doing this whilst sitting on the sofa or laying on your bed, I'm very jealous, but it's absolutely fine. So we can just centre ourselves, and we're just going to bring the arm up and just lean over. And you can go as far as you want. I'm just going to do it like this, but however far you want is absolutely fine. Bring yourselves back up, and you should be feeling a nice stretch down there. It's really good for your core muscles to do nice stretching. And we'll do the other side, just bringing ourselves down. If you are doing this on your knees, this is really nice balance. Again, just tightening the core, and we're just going to go back to the other side. But don't worry, we're just warming up, guys. We're just warming up. Be sure, if you are leaning on your knees, not to extend the back backwards. You just want to keep nice and centered, otherwise you can hurt yourself a bit. Just going to lean over and do a nice gentle stretch. Lovely. Now, I have to say that I went to a life drawing class the other night, and the person had a lot of moves. I mean, they were like, they had it going on. So I feel like stretching is good even if you don't want to be a life model, you know, you're just gonna have those moves in your bag, I reckon. Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna do a nice one now. So what we're gonna do is we are simply just gonna lean back. Now you can stand up to do this, but it's just basically leaning back like so, and you can see it really does sort of make you shake because it is, you know, you can do it about there, but you really want to push, and it really does hurt. It really does. But hey, you may have very strong back muscles, in which case it won't hurt. But doing it from a knelt position is definitely a bit of a strain. You don't have to do it with your arms as well. You can just lean back like so. Really engage your core. So stand back like this. And bring it back forward. And you can do it again. Nice lean back. And bring it back forward. And then you can just rotate the shoulders. I'll show you from the back as well. So just do nice little circles like so. Really drawing the shoulders in. Apologies for the crunching of my shoulders. That's it. And you can just continue to do that front and back as well. So you can move forwards, move backwards. So we've really tried to engage that core. We've had a nice little stretch backwards. We've had our stretches to the sides, given some nice length. And now I think what we'll do is we will just rise up like a phoenix, and we'll do some standing moves, and we'll also be using some resistance bands. So if you have any to hand, amazing. You can use ones that look like this. You can get ones that look more like this, or you can get ones that you can sort of change the cable of that look a bit like a skipping rope. So if you have anything to hand, amazing, and if you don't, that's absolutely fine because you can do it without, so no problem. Okay, so we're going to stand up now when you're ready, and we'll get into more of those resistant bands and additional stretches. Okay, so we are standing up, guys. I know it's a revelation. I do actually have some legs. That's good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to begin by taking one of our resistant bands. Now you can take whichever one you want, and if you haven't got a band, that is absolutely fine. I have actually been very professional and noted down some exercises, so I'm just going to refer to them very quickly on my phone. Okay, good, Lucy, good. I've done some really excellent planning here, I have to say. Okay, lovely. So what we're going to start with is a nice overarm sort of stretch. Now this is really good for your shoulders, it's really good for your arms. And all we're going to do is take this over. Now obviously if you haven't got a band, that's absolutely fine, but what you're going to do, I can stand even further back so you can see. I'll also do a slight bend. So you can stand like so, and we're just going to extend it outwards and back and back. So you can hold it a little bit wider as well. And then back up, and then down, and back up, and down, and back up. And all this is doing is giving a nice level of control. What you're also doing is giving your back a nice little workout as well. And we're drawing down and then pushing back up. Okay, so if you haven't got a resistant band, you could literally just do this and draw down and then go up and draw down and go back up. And from the back, you're going to look like this. So you're up and draw back down. Draw up and draw back down. And you can really feel that in your shoulders, in your arms, and it just provides a lovely stretch, especially if you've been leaning over during the day. You know, you're sort of hunching over. It just really opens up the shoulders to provide a lovely little stretch, which is really nice. Okay, so are we feeling a little bit stretchy, a little bit warmed up? This is good, but we're feeling our bodies relax, unwind. This is good. So what we're going to do now is, if you have one of these types of bands, that would be amazing. If you don't worry, you can just follow along, watch, enjoy, whatever you want to do. So I am going to stand on this with both feet in the middle, and what we're going to do is we're going to raise our arms up. So I'm holding onto the handles. We're just going to raise our arms up and back down. And by doing so, we're really strengthening those arm muscles. I know for me, an area that, you know, I do find a little bit sort of tougher to tone and to deal with. I also have very short arms, so I'm not able to go the full way up. We can do it on one side at a time as well, whatever you prefer. And of course it depends on the resistance level that you've got, how hard you actually feel this with your arms. But again, this is meant to be nice, it's relaxing, so we can do that. Lovely. And you can repeat these however many times you like, but we'll just run through a few moves because why not? This time we can literally just stand on one foot with this, and what we're going to do a little bit more is we're going to do more of a bicep curl with this. So you can stand it in the front and you can stand it to the side, however you prefer, and you can literally just curl this up, hold and release. Lovely. Curl up and release. You can hold one strap or you can hold both straps. A little bit of extra resistance if you hold the two straps. Lovely. And I'd recommend just doing this a few times on each side. Just really feeling that stretch. Lovely. And we'll switch over to the other side. Resistant bands I feel are really helpful, particularly I would say for the upper body area and the lower body as well, but I think for me I find them most useful for things with my arms. So again, just simply curling up and a nice little curl. Your sort of dominant arm will always feel a little bit easier in a way because you know you're used to sort of using it. So you may find your other arms a little bit weaker, but that's okay. Gotta love our strengths as well as our weaknesses, you know. Lovely. Perfect. That's great, that's great. Okay. Now, we can do some other ones as well, so we can sort of step back. I always find these funny to sort of get in the in the groove of. So we can do this in a sort of a lunge motion. So we can sort of step a bit like this, okay? And what we're going to simply do is we're going to lean onto our dominant leg that's pushed forward. The back leg is just supporting, okay? And what we're going to do is we're basically going to do a bicep curl on both sides and lean forward. So we're going to do into the lunge and then back. Into the lunge and back. And we're keeping our core super, super tight. So into the lunge and back. into the lunge and back. Lovely. And we'll do the other side as well. And these moves can be done with weights as well. So however you prefer, so just pop that resistant band under the leg that's at the front. Gonna bring it up and aim to get it sort of about chest, sort of height. So gonna lunge forward, bring those up. Great. Lunge forward, bring them up. Lovely. And back down. I've got particularly bad knees at the moment, so this is it's a little bit tricky to lunge, but that's absolutely fine. Now we'll have a little break with our arms for the moment, and I think we'll do some nice leg moves. Okay, so for that, what we can do is we can get a resistance band that is a complete circle. Again, if you don't have one of these, that's absolutely fine. But if you do, what you're going to do is you are literally going to put both your legs into this little rubbery resistance band. So this is a medium tension, and you can put this just above your knees or your thighs. So if you can see, I've got it on here. And simply what we're going to do is we're going to come sort of to about hip width apart with our legs. Have a little bit more, bring myself in a bit. And we're going to do a very slight squat, okay? And then with this, we're just going to raise the leg and back down. And raise the leg and back down. Raise the leg, squat back. Raise the leg, squat back. And what this is doing is providing a little bit of resistance to the squat, keeping the knees nice and soft, almost like a sort of fluid movement. We'll just do a couple more. Lovely. Great. And come back up. That's perfect. Now what we can do when we're stood up like so, is we can just do some nice leg extensions like this. Now if you didn't have the band on, I'll just slip it down for a moment. If you didn't have the band on, you could stand like this and you'd simply move the leg outwards and back down. Move the leg outwards and back down. Now, depending on the length of resistance band you have, you can either just sort of gently tie this around your leg or do a slightly smaller extension, probably to about here, with the resistance band on. So we're going to do that one now instead. If you haven't got a band like so, you can just go for the normal leg extensions. Okay? Hopefully you're feeling nice and sleepy, moving that body maybe after a long hard day. That's what we like. So I'm going to keep this on the lower leg. This is just below my knee if you're following along with the resistance band. Keeping their body nice and central, and we're just extending the leg outwards. So as you can see, for me that's about maybe less than a 45-degree angle, and just back to its position. Now this is really great for your hips, it's really great for your outer thighs, sort of a hip abduction or abductor move. I hurt my hips a little bit on the hip abduction machine at the gym, which my friend told me is just a machine that hot women use. And I said, well, I'm on the right machine, aren't I? I have been going to the gym every day, which is quite the revelation. But I'm very, very excited for an upcoming holiday. So I am working away, but not just for that, just to get those feel-good endorphins going, to feel better about ourselves, to relax and de-stress. What more could we want? Lovely. Now, we can put the resistant bands away just for the moment, and we'll just do some nice stretches. Okay, so these may be considered a bit basic, but hey, that's fine for me. So we're just going to raise our leg up, and if you like, you can actually lean forward. So I'm going to stand back a little bit. Okay, so we can grab the leg like so. So same arm, same leg. And what we can do is, this is very tricky because my mat is uneven, but centre ourselves, raise the arm up, and you're just going to tilt forward very slightly. Now, if you can tilt all the way forward, fantastic. And if you can't, that's fine. And return back. And go again. Lovely. And return back. Fantastic. And we can do a few of those and just return to the other side. So I'll do this side. I'm just going to move my yoga mat just slightly out of the way because I think it's being more of a hindrance than a help at the moment. We will grab our hand or foot or leg or whatever I'm trying to say, and again centre ourselves and lean forward. Lovely. And back, and again you can lean forward however much or however little you like. You can lean forward, so if you want to go sort of further, that's fine. I recommend trying to do this on a flat surface. You'll get a little bit more balance. So we'll just go again, lean over, lovely. And I'll stop before I fall over for you. Now, what we can do as well is we can get right down into our hips, okay? So I'm just going to bring the camera down very slightly for you. Okay, so we're going to come down, and you can go as far down as you like with the hips. I'm just going to go about this far purely because I think I'll fall over on this rack. But all we're going to do is just lean slightly forward, and this creates a lovely stretch in our inner thighs just here. And just bring back forward. And actually it's a little bit like a thrust, like a hip thrust. So we lean backwards and then thrust forward. And that's really good for toning the glute muscles. Want to keep them nice and tight whilst you're doing this as well. So lean forward, nice, 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 nice. And thrust forward. Lovely. And you can continue doing that for a few goes. We can bring ourselves up like so. Lovely. And I'll just show you that just from this side, just in case you're wondering what on earth I'm doing. So again, just getting your hips to, a wide position if you can, and sort of placing your arms on your thighs, leaning backwards, pushing the bottom out rather than, you want to try and keep your back sort of fairly flat, pushing your bottom out, going as low as you can, and then leaning forward and just really bringing that pelvis forward, leaning down and gently pushing forward. And again, you don't have to do this, super intensely, but you can just pull forward. Lovely. Great. Now, another great thing to do, and it's something that I do before I climb, is you want to do some hip rotations. So for this, you just simply, again, sort of a nice wide-ish stance, and you're just simply going to literally go around as though you've got a hula hoop. So really go around, and this just really opens up the hips, going round, and you can feel this in all your muscles of your legs and your hips, and you can take this round back the other way, which is really lovely to do. Keeping our breathing just nice and soft, trying not to fall off the mat would be also a good idea. Lovely. Now the other thing that I like to do, especially before I climb, is I will do some sort of hip rotations just singularly. So I'll bring the leg up and down and round, so like a little circle. Now if you haven't done these before, please do them slowly. Keep yourself nice and centered. I am a generally very clicky person, so if you can hear any clicking, I assure you I'm fine. It's just the way I am. And then we can do this side, okay? So just keep ourselves nice and centered. And then we're just going out, just like you're drawing a circle with your knee. Okay, so there we go. And this is really great to open out those hips. Fantastic. Now another more sort of yoga move you can do, which would be more of a tree sort of pose, would be like this. But you can do a more extreme version of that and hold your foot here. This provides a lovely stretch for this area. Your legs, your glutes. Lovely. I will do the other side as well. Oh, nice ankle click there. Sorry everyone. And just holding the feet. My feet look a little bit like little ghosts, but that's okay. We like ghosts. Lovely, lovely. And then the most important move, just like Taylor would want, we got to shake it out. Okay, we gotta shake it out, because we got to just get all of those muscles just nice and tingly, nice and fresh, and then take a nice bow for yourself and bring ourselves back up. And this is actually a lovely stretch, so you can literally just stand together like so, and you're just going to bring your arms up and then simply just bend forward and bring yourself back up. Now I have to say that I haven't stretched today and I really felt bad. Now some other ones you can do is you can just do some single leg lifts. So we did the lift to the side, we can actually do the lift behind. This will be really good for your glutes, so you can just bring straight behind, hold nice and straight. Now if you had a resistant band, you could pop that on your foot and it would draw it backward, so it's completely up to you how you do this, but we can keep nice and straight. Lean over and back, lean over and back. Now this is really, really good for your core muscles. So leaning forward and back. We'll just do 3 again on the other side. So we're just going to lean forward and back. Lean forward and back. Lean forward and back. And I really should have planned this without doing it on a rug, but that's okay. That's okay. Lovely. Let me bring this back up. Okay. Okay. Well, how do you feel? Are we feeling all stretched? The most stretched we've ever felt in our lives? Maybe not. But hopefully you're feeling a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more like you've given your body a nice stretch that it deserved and you deserve. And hopefully you're feeling nice and good. I hope that I gave you a little bit more variety to try, and every time we do this we'll include some new moves along with the classics. So please let me know what you'd like to see. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. I really have loved this, and as always, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great week. I hope your year has got off to a good start, and if it hasn't, you got this. Keep on going. I know you've got this. And remember that even if you're not following along with the stretches, or you're finding them a little bit tricky, or you don't know where to start, that is absolutely fine. I am no fitness expert whatsoever. I try and look after myself. I keep myself as fit and healthy as I can, but I am by no means an expert. So please take everything I say in the exercises with a pinch of salt. This is more about relaxation, stretching our bodies, relaxing our minds, and just having a nice time together. So on that note, I will let you go. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I hope you have an amazing sleep. I hope you feel restored and refreshed, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Bye now.